There are two things that many people ask often. If I'm of a different religion, like if I'm not a Hindu, how do I relate to the content in Bharatanatyam? That's the first question. The second question is that, is Bharatanatyam attached to religion somehow? I ask that you please watch my previous talk on why there are so many gods and goddesses in Sanatana Dharma before you watch this, so that you have a better understanding when I say what I'm referring to. So basically, from my previous talk, we understand that Sanatana Dharma, or the Vedic tradition, sees everything as a manifestation of the Supreme Consciousness, and that these gods, whether Saraswati or Lakshmi or Parvati or Shiva, all of these are their personifications. So basically, if this is a sari and I love and respect the fact, the way that this fabric falls, the logic of it, how just cotton has grown in this world. Like, how did cotton form? How does it have fibers? And the intelligence that creates cotton, and then that cotton coming into these fibers, this, if I respect this and I use it and I value it, then I value Saraswati, or I can make my own goddess, that is this, the goddess of the saris or the goddess of fabric. I just say goddess because I would imagine fabric would be a goddess. So with that respect, Vedantic tradition is inclusive of every human. It doesn't exclude any religion or any person at all. So when you are dancing about Saraswati and Sharada, you're in fact, it is about finding that value and respect for all learning and knowledge. Maybe you value your own learning in college, or you value some teachers who taught you about life. Maybe your mother or your father or your older brother or your sister, or maybe some friend taught you something. So this idea of learning and the fact that we can assimilate learning within our brains and we can use that is Saraswati. So that is embodied in this form of Saraswati. If you don't like that specific form of Saraswati, you can give it any form. But culturally, we've given Saraswati a form where she wears a white sari and sits on a lotus and holds a veena. Then each of these forms have what they have in their hands are symbolic of something else. So in fact, it really doesn't exclude anything, as long as you understand what it represents, that there is no particular god and you're not rejecting some other god because you dance about Saraswati. No, all the gods in Vedantic tradition or Sanatana Dharma represent life itself. They're not separate from this world that we live in. So with that respect, I think you can be of any religion and you can dance Bharatanatyam. It really doesn't matter. But if you have an issue and you feel that it's excluding somebody or the other because of the religion that you practice, if you want to include another image of the gods that you feel close to, it doesn't matter, because whatever form you see it, it's the same thing. So it really, I don't feel that anybody should feel included or left out, because I don't see Hinduism as like a religion that keeps someone out of it. It's more, that's why I don't like to say Hinduism, I say Sanatana Dharma or Vedantic tradition, is that it is everything. By virtue of living in this world and valuing our surroundings, nature, parents, education, our food. By valuing food, we are revering all our gods and goddesses. Food is Annapurneshwari. Education is Saraswati. And the fact that we value that everything goes back into the earth, that is Shiva. There is resolution to every process. So there is this embodiment of this this consciousness in everything. So I don't think that there is an exclusion, and I don't feel that it's attached to a religion either, because it's just about life. So that means it doesn't exclude anything, because everything is Ishvara according to Vedantic or traditional Sanatana Dharma. So I can dance about anything and it's still within the scope of Sanatana Dharma. So everything in this world is Ishvara anyway. So even if I make a piece on how this tile comes from a specific city in South India, that is still Ishvara. The tile is Ishvara. The city is Ishvara. The fact that it's made. So it doesn't exclude anything. So I think it's more about trying to understand the origins of it and the origins of the significance of these gods and the significance of the culture itself. And I think that once you know, I don't think there will be any feeling of, is it religious, am I out of it, and I don't believe in that. So because there is nothing to believe, it's just what it is, and there's no leap of faith that needs to be taken. So yes, I hope that clarifies, because that's all I have to say on the topic.